Hey everyone, good morning, good morning, good morning. These chickens is boring. These chicks is boring this morning. What's going on? I'm just so bored listening to these boring early morning live streams. And these hoes is boring. They're just boring. What's up, y'all? What's up with y'all? Let me drop the link for y'all. Let me drop the link. Open panel. Y'all can come up, ask me a question, or talk about anything. Okay. Because I'm bored. So what's up? What's cracking? Let's get it cracking. Let's get it popping this morning. What's cracking? What's popping? I was listening to Transparent Talk, but the bitch is just boring. Now I'm trying to listen to some other people lie this morning. It's just boring. I'm just the way these bitches talk, they're just boring. Do you think that's what y'all think? Hang on, thing, hang it. Like, girl, wake it the fuck up. Take one of them ecstasy pills or something. Wake up, cause you're boring. Yeah, if you ain't got Isha Gales on the panel with you, you might well. Yeah, I don't see how you got 200 people over there, baby boo. I don't see it. I don't see how you got 200 people over there. That royalty chick too. She's boring. This bitch get 25 people in her chat. I don't see it. How's this bitch getting 25 people? Oh, I know how she getting 25 people in the chat. It's because content creators give her a wrench. They give her a wrench to the channels. But do they give Erica Kelly a wrench? No, they don't. They don't let Erica Kelly eat. No, they don't. Hey, Miss Jada. Good morning, Miss Jada, girl. I'm on some fuck shit this morning, Miss Jada. How you doing, girl? Nah. Y'all want to see some jewelry? What y'all want to see today, Miss Jada? Oh, this my nice family channel over here. I'm nice over on this channel. I ain't talking about no trolls today. I talk about trolls like for 3 hours yesterday. Straight up trolls. Okay, when I'm over here, I'm in the mommy sector on Eric Kelly Vlogs. When I'm over here, I'm in the mommy sector. When I'm on my other channel, that's my my troll beef channel podcast. Yeah, so I talk about on this channel I kind of talk about me, and on the other channel I talk about other people. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm trying to do it like that. But sometimes, shit, I'm boring as fuck. I don't be having nothing going on, you know, but cooking and cleaning and shit like that. I'm trying to yeah, I gotta upload a vlog for y'all real soon. I got a vlog coming real soon. I'm cooking and cleaning. But yeah, it's open panel. Anybody can come up. Why don't y'all get y'all shit off? You can come up, get your shit off. Go ahead. Let's go. This is a paid programming over here. A paid program on this channel. So if y'all come up, just kind of, watch your language a little bit, try not to cuss too much. What's going on. We're on a paid program on Eric Kelly Vlogs. Now, my other channel, I'm going back and forth about this Epstein. Oh, you want to talk about Epstein files? We can do that. We can talk about Epstein. What's the news? What's T? So the whole government shutdown thing, I think they was trying to stall out on the government shutdown because they were trying to vote for the Epstein files. So that government shutdown was just, I think, a distraction from the Epstein files. So they didn't have to release them. They was trying to hold, you know. Now, Epstein files. They say they got them. First they have them, then they don't have them. And plus, that was Trump's billionaire buddy. That's his billionaire buddy. And his billionaire buddy, then hung himself or went to the grave with this one, you know. And Trump, he ain't gonna tell on his billionaire buddies. I think it was I heard it was some text messages or something like that, or some emails that came out between Trump and Epstein. Now, allegedly, Epstein had a pedo ring on an island, you know, and he was getting his girlfriend. I don't know the lady name, but she locked up. She was recruiting young women. If you haven't seen that one story called the movie called Freedom of Sound or something like that. Man, I can't remember the damn movie. Sounds of Freedom. If y'all haven't watched Sounds of Freedom, y'all need to watch Sounds of Freedom. Okay. It's the same type of situation. They get these islands, you get these kids, recruit these poor kids. All you gotta do is give them like $200. Hey, paying $200. We gonna be partying on the island, kind of like the P Diddy parties. Gonna be partying, especially if you from poverty. You ain't really got nothing. $200. That's a lot. And you get the party, and especially if you a minor, you be paying minors this. So old girl was recruiting the minors, getting them from countries and shit way to far the fuck out, little young girls and stuff. They would probably, massage his feet and give him massages and stuff. And who else knows what else they was doing to the minors? Some people like bondage and like seeing kids in uncomfortable positions. It's a lot of weirdos out there, and it's it. Oh, it wasn't a Diddy thing. Okay, so this was kind of something else. Let me see if I could pull an article up on them Epstein files and see what's tea and what's going on with the Epstein files. What's the latest news on it? So did the bill pass by it? What happened to this bill? Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, now I think they voting on Pamela, the general attorney, Pamela Bondi. Okay, Pam Bondi is her name. What she's in charge of the Epstein files. Oh, it was sickening. What they do, Miss Jada? Hold on, we gonna see what's going on here. We're just gonna go to the DOJ, the Department of Justice, and Public Affairs. Pam Bondi is in charge of the Epstein files. First, the bitch said she had the files. Now she ain't got the files, and come on, just start naming off some damn names, okay? Who was in these pedo rings? Name off the damn names already. Okay, so today, Attorney General Pam Bondi with the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the FBI, classified and publicity released files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his sexual exploitation of over 250 underage girls at his homes in New York and Florida, among other locations. The first phase of classifications files largely contains documents that have been previously leaked but never released in a formal capacity of the U.S. government. So have these Epstein files been leaked? I think they're going to release the files, but they took out all of the parties that the files can get people in trouble. Oh, you think they let's title this live. We're gonna rechange the title of the live. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. We're gonna change the title of the live real quick to the Epstein files. Okay. Let's change the title. Maybe we get some different viewers that come over here if we title it Epstein Files. Okay. Make sure you hit the like button. Share the live. Okay. Let's retitle this live. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I mean, we gonna talk about the Epstein files, honey. We can talk about it. We can get deep into it too. Okay, we're gonna title this the Epstein files, and then we gotta cut our monetization on, because this is a paid programming. Paid programming. Okay, we're gonna turn it on to a paid program, and we in there. All right. So some of the Epstein files, they said did she release something? She said they released it. Okay, now the Department of Justice is following through on President Trump's commitment and transparency and lifting the veil on the disgusting actions of Jeffrey Epstein and his conspirators, said Pam Bondi. The first phase of the files released today sheds light on Epstein's extensive network and begins to provide the public with long overdue accountability. Y'all coming down below what y'all think. Now, the FBI, okay. Um the FBI is entering a new era, one that will be defined by integrity, accountability, and the unweaving pursuit of justice. All right, I love it. I love it, said FBI Director Cash Patel. I like Cash. I love me some Cash, honey. Y'all like Cash Patel? I like Cash Patel, honey. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we don't know about these Epstein files. They released it today. Okay. First phase of the files. There will be no cover ups in these files. There will be no missing documents and no stone left unturned. And anyone from the prior or current bureau who undermines this will be swiftly pursued. If there are gaps, we will find them. If records have been hidden, we will uncover them. And we will bring everything we find to the DOJ, the Department of Justice, to be fully assessed and transparency dismantling to the American people as it should be. The oath we take is to the Constitution, and under my leadership, that promise will be upheld without compromise, says the FBI Director, Cash Patel. Give it up for Cash, y'all. Give it up for Cash Patel, honey. Yeah. They ain't playing. Now, the Attorney General Pam Bondi requested the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein. In response, the department received approximately 200 pages of documents. However, the Attorney General was later informed of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein that were not previously disclosed. The Attorney General has request that the FBI deliver the remaining documents to the department by 8 a.m. on February 28th and has tasked the FBI Director Cash Patel with investigating why the request for all documents was not followed at the first time. Because they hiding shit, they covering up shit, they bleeping names out, The department remains committed to transparency and intends to release the remaining documents. They're not going to give you all the damn documents. Upon review and redaction to protect the identities of Epstein victims. You know, he got 250 victims in there. Their names is in there. They side of the shit and how shit went down. A copy of Attorney General Bondi's letter can be downloaded right here. So let's see. Let's read the letter. Okay, this is the letter right here. The Office of Attorney General, Washington, D.C., February 27th, 2025. Okay. This was in February. Right here. Go ahead. Let's hit the like button. This is the documents. I think they're going to release the files, but they took out all of the parts of the file that can get people in trouble. Oh, now I see what you're saying, Miss Jada. Now it's all coming together, Miss Jada. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's see what Pam Bondi wrote in this document. Dear Director Patel. Oh, she talking about Patel didn't release all the documents? Come on, Patel. Well, let's see. Before you came into office, I requested the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein. In response to this request, I received approximately 200 pages of documents, which consisted primary flight logs and shit like that they gave her. Epstein's list of contacts and a list of victims' names and phone numbers. That's what she got. I repeatedly questioned whether this was the full set of documents responsive to my request and was repeatedly assured by the FBI that we had received the full set of documents late yesterday. Okay. I learned from a source that the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein. Despite my repeated requests, the FBI never disclosed the existence of these files. When you and I spoke yesterday, you were just as surprised as I was to learn this new information. By 8 a.m. tomorrow, February 28th, the FBI will deliver the full and complete Epstein files to my office, including all records, documents, audio, and video recordings, and material. There will be no withholdings of limitations to your own access. The Department of Justice will ensure that any public disclosure of these files will be done in a timely manner to protect the privacy of victims and in accordance with law. As I have done my entire career as a prosecutor, I am also directing you to conduct an immediate investigation into why my order to the FBI was not followed. You will deliver me a comprehensive report of your findings and your purposed personnel action within 14 days. I appreciate your immediate attention to this important matter. I know that we are both committed to transparency for the American people. And I look forward to continuing to work with you to serve our president and our country. Sincerely, the General Attorney, Pamela Bondi. I'm writing you a one-page letter, and I enclosed it with a kiss. And when I write him, he better bring it on time. Oh, I'm sending you a one-page letter, and I enclosed it with a kiss. And when he write back, he better bring it on time. Oh. What y'all think? Comment below, Miss Jada. Pam Bondi was firm on that letter, I believe. I think. What about y'all? I think she was pretty firm on that document. Letting it be known you got 14 days. Now, let's take some additional. There's some additional links that we can check out from the Epstein files. Let's look at the we got an evidence list. We have the flight logs from Maxwell. This is all flight logs we can look at. We can look at the contract book or the measure list. The topic is human trafficking. Okay. So all these flights, he didn't put all these young girls on. So let's just look. I kind of want to look at the evidence list. Ooh. I'm writing you a 3-page letter, and we enclosed it with a kiss. Let me see if I can zoom. We gotta zoom in, honey. Yeah. Because my eyes is not good, y'all. Is that big enough, y'all? Just so y'all, I gotta. Let's take a look. Laptop, one red containing album of a girl and Epstein photo. A point. A whole bunch of nothing. 4 binders with 68 discs inside. Okay, this is the evidence. This is all what they found. They found a black hard drive, some iPads, Apple phones and shit, recorders, cameras. Yeah, they got a lot of shit. Some cell phones, video footage. We need all this shit. Hard drives. Ooh, one red rope containing silver Albert disc. Okay. 2 white colored busts of female torsos. 1 brown sculpture female breasts. 2 photos and 1 album page with additional 1 box containing. They got CDs, pictures of hopefully ain't probably pictures of women, probably pictures of minors and photos. 2 pictures of female buttocks, naked females in frames and shit. Epstein had it, boy. It was like the P. Diddy back in the day. That's page 1. Let's go to page 2, y'all. This is just the evidence. I like the evidence in my Gina voice. We love evidence. Yeah, we love evidence. Black recorder, okay, camera, a cruiser guide. They got the evidence. They got all this stuff. Okay. What else? Okay. Let's look at. I want to look at the contact book to see, who was his contacts. How did he become a billionaire? He ain't really do nothing much. That's another thing too. This is his contact list. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because I can't see. I'm blind a little bit. Okay. Jeremy, Deborah. Okay. No names that I recognize so far. Okay. Okay. Contact list about 20. Like she said, she received about 200 pages of bullshit. Man, 200 pages of just shit. This is what it y'all want? Is this what the American people wanted? They made him change his name and everything. What? They made who change their name? Epstein? This is a bunch of bullshit. Because Trump was like, why are they so obsessed with the Epstein files? Why are y'all still talking about the Epstein files? Yeah. I don't know. What's up with y'all think the MAGA movement is I don't know, man. And then Charlie Kirk. They got Charlie Kirk, man. It's just the MAGA movement, man. They trying to take the MAGA movement down. Yeah. Measureless. Oh, we already looked at that. Yeah, I don't know, Miss J. They look like a bunch of bullshit to me. What y'all think? But if she say she missing some pages and shit. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Aircraft, a lot of ain't writing these damn lady names down. Unless this is a sex trafficking type, law, a sex trafficking law. That's what it probably is. Ain't no other. Ain't, just like how they did slaves back then. They kept a track of these slaves when they get on these boats. They got to keep track. The white man got to keep track somewhere. You picking up slaves off a boat, they got tags and names and shit. They got a log for that shit. Just like Epstein got a log for all his victims. Jennifer, all these names is on here. And if some of these victims, if their name is on here, you know what I'm saying? Child. This is the files. This is what the American people wanted. Now what? Now what we do? Mm-hmm. Child. 200 pages of bullshit. That's what they gave us. Nah, I read before what part, Miss Jade? I read all that shit. The Prince of England. The Prince of England. Hold on. You seen something with the Prince of England? Yeah, they be having princesses over princes doing all kind of weirdo shit on them islands, honey. Probably. I mean, messing with the minors though, like that. That's messed up. Because when you got money, they probably feel you got money, you can do whatever. You're above the law. They want to feel like they above the law. No rules. No. Okay, so let's look at New York Times, man. New York Times. What they think about all this. Senate agrees to quickly move bill seeking release of Epstein files to Trump. The House approved it in a 427 to 1 vote. Will be passed in the chamber to receipt and be forwarded to the president's desk for his signature. Congress approved the bill. Let's take a look.
To the
on this vote, The yeas are 427. The nays are 1. 2/3 being in the affirmative. The rules are suspended. The bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
To the President of the United States of America, who is not here today, I want to send a clear message to you. While I do understand that your position has changed on the Epstein files, and I'm grateful that you have pledged to sign this bill, I can't help to be skeptical of what the agenda is.
This was a fight that we should have never had to wage. It should have been the easiest thing for every single member of Congress. It should have been the easiest thing for the Speaker of the House. It should have been the easiest thing for the President of the United States to release all the information, every single file, on behalf of these American women.
We had to drag this leadership here kicking and screaming. And I appreciate their sudden and stunning change of heart on this issue. But I want to state for the record that the Republican leadership has tried to block this day for months and months and months. And I also want to state for the record that Donald Trump could release these files on his own today.
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Having now forced the vote, none of us want to go on record and in any way be accused of not being for maximum transparency. So the only intellectually consistent position to have right now, the only way to ensure that both of those things are true at the same time, is to allow for everyone to vote their conscience and to go on record to say, of course we're for maximum transparency.
What y'all think? What comment, Miss Jada? You talking about what comment, Miss Jada? That's not the first. That's read the information. We want the full file. Yep, we made. Yeah, Miss Jada. Live updates when it agrees Trump bill to release the Epstein file.
Kids, do you know what the point of luxury travel is?
Togetherness? Creating memories.
It's adorable. But no, it's about having a City Strata Elite card so you can relax in the Admiral's Club until the last possible second.
City Strata Elite. Rewards where it counts. That's the point.
Overnight, President Trump hosting a lavish black-tie dinner at the White House for the controversial Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, also known as MBS, with an A-list of guests, including Elon Musk, Apple's Tim Cook, and soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo. The kingdom's de facto ruler, once viewed as a pariah after the 2018 killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, which the CIA concluded the Crown Prince approved, now celebrated by the current U.S. president as a trusted partner.
I don't give a hell where that hand's been.
The president welcoming MBS with fanfare and praise.
What he's done is incredible in terms of human rights and everything else.
In a tense Oval Office exchange, the Crown Prince was asked about Khashoggi and about questions over potential ties between his country and the September 11th attacks.
The U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should Americans trust you?
President Trump later responding to the question about Khashoggi.
A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen. But he knew nothing about it, and we can leave it at that. You don't have to embarrass our guest by asking a question like that.
The Crown Prince, who has denied any responsibility for the murder, offering his own answer.
It's a huge mistake, and we are doing our best that this doesn't happen again.
Khashoggi's widow saying the president misrepresented Khashoggi.
To describe Jamal in such a way is not true. It is not related to Jamal, and the kind of justifying the crime.
But this visit is also coming under scrutiny amid accusations President Trump is blurring the line between politics and his personal interests. With his family business, the Trump Organization, now run by his adult sons, developing multiple high-end projects in Saudi Arabia.
I have nothing to do with the family business. I've done very little with Saudi Arabia, actually.
This visit that'll be punctuated by a joint business forum today shows how important it is to President Trump, despite the controversies, to fortify the relationship with the Crown Prince, touting hundreds of billions of dollars in Saudi investments here, a commitment to sell F-35 fighter jets, and the agreement that Saudi Arabia will play a critical role in resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Savannah and Craig.
Peter Alexander from the White House. Peter, thank you.
Holiday Heroes is sponsored by Southwest Airlines.
So as the holiday season kicks into high gear, we're going to take some time to say thank you to a remarkable teacher. Her quiet acts of care have changed lives far beyond the walls of her rural Ohio classroom.
Yeah, we first did share the story of Bree Kitts on a story that we did at today.com. She is with us along with her family. Before we meet the family and talk to them, let's take a look at the difference that Bree's making every single day. In a small Appalachian community along the Ohio River,
hello.
Bree Kitts has spent 27 years turning her high school classroom into a lifeline.
Good morning.
For many of her students, poverty is a daily reality.
We have kids that don't have running water, that don't have electricity, that might not have heat, food insecurity issues. All right, we're going to do a little review.
But in a district where resources are stretched, her American history class is one of the few consistently passing state exams. Kitts says that success starts long before the bell rings.
I started to see, like, if a kid's needs weren't met, if you come to school and your teeth aren't brushed or you don't feel clean, you actually have a hard time learning.
So in the corner of her room, she keeps a cart filled with snacks and toiletries. There's also a closet stocked with clean clothes, a team effort between Kitts and other teachers.
It gives them a sense of safety, and honestly, once they love you, they will absolutely learn from you. Who would like to share next?
Her students say it makes a world of difference.
She is a very hard worker and she respects her students.
She doesn't just see us as students, she sees us as people. If you ever need anything, she's always there. Her door's always open.
For Kitts, caring for students has always gone far beyond the classroom. 15 years ago, when one of her students lost her home, Kitts took her in and became her guardian so she could finish school. That student, Tasha Alexander, still calls her mom. When Today.com first shared her story, thousands of readers flooded the comments, including dozens of former students, all wanting to simply say thank you.
I'll never forget how she spoke to me with patience, encouraged me to try harder, and treated me with kindness, even on the days I didn't deserve it. I'll never forget how your belief in me helped me start believing in myself. You're so sweet. Oh my gosh.
Proof that the love you put into the world doesn't disappear, it multiplies. And the good you give will always find its way back to you.
Well, Bree is here. It's such a great story, along with her husband, Brandon, down over there. We've got her daughter, Malaysia, and her bonus daughter, Tasha, here. Good to have you guys all here. Welcome. Let me just start with you. You're right next to me. We saw you in the piece there. Beyond Bree being family to you, what is it about her teaching style that kids remember for so many years after when they get out of her classroom?
So even though she has like 200 children, she makes you feel important in the classroom, and it makes you want to engage. It makes you want to learn and interact, and it stays with you. The lesson is cool. She makes learning worth it.
Yeah. Al.
Yeah. So, Brandon, what is it like being with somebody like Kits who just gives and gives?
She goes above and beyond in everything she does. It never surprises me the things that she does. Honestly, it's great.
Wow. And I think we have a little surprise that we want you to check out, Bria. Check out, we've got a little message for somebody from all your friends at Chesapeake High. Look at that.
Oh my God.
They are so thrilled, Mrs. Kits.
Bree, say all their names. Just go down the line.
Oh
That's
my
right.
God.
You know every one of them. How did this feeling of teaching and love for your students develop? I mean, it's just really amazing.
Well, I had a really good fifth grade teacher, Mr. Adkins was his name, and he always made me feel so loved, and I wanted to learn in that class. And then when I became a teacher, I just wanted to emulate really what he had shown me all those years ago.
Well, I'm sure he's very proud of you, as is your entire family. And we have one more surprise for you. Our sponsor, Southwest Airlines, heard your story. They wanted to do something special for your family. So we know you haven't had a vacation. There hasn't been one in the cards.
She doesn't take any days off.
I know.
That's the rumor.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
you don't take days off.
Sick days. Is that
Not
true?
many.
That's unbelievable. Guess what? Now we're going to be sending your family an all expenses paid getaway to one of Southwest's brand new destinations. That's right, flights all covered, per diem, the hotel, the whole package. And here are some of the new destinations you get to choose from. Hi, what's your name?
Yvette Winfrey.
Yvette, you're one of the great Southwest flight attendants.
Hi.
So first up, we've got a vacation, Anchorage, Alaska. A little winter adventure land.
Think about that one there. Kids family, you can go there. Or if you'd rather wind down, if you know what I'm saying, there's Sonoma, California, a beautiful, relaxing retreat. How does that sound there?
Wow.
You like that one?
Yeah.
All right, now, if you're ready to get rid of the winter coats for some sunshine, how about St. Thomas? A little
my
snorkeling, some sailing. What are you thinking? Come on.
That would
sound good
also
right
be
on
nice. Yes, that would be
Another
nice.
Saint option in the Caribbean. How about St. Martin, where the sun literally always shines?
Yes.
Those are some pretty good options, Bree. How are you feeling about that? You don't have a choice in this. You're going to go on this vacation because you deserve it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Southwest is going to take care of the entire kids' family. You saw hotel, trip, per diem, the whole works. You don't have to tell us the answer right now, but are you leaning one way or the other?
I think somewhere warm, probably. My family probably is saying somewhere warm. Yes.
Well, take your time because after the holidays, that dream vacation will be there waiting for you. We're so happy to have your beautiful family here. We want to thank you guys all for what you do. And of course, all the teachers out there for everything that they do for their kids day in and day out.
Let's take one more shot at Chesapeake
Thank
High
you.
and everybody there who loves you and can't live without you. Look at
I love you guys.
Thank you for all that you do. We appreciate it. Thanks to all the kids there and staff at Chesapeake. All right, we did it.
Thank you.
Enjoy your warm vacation.
Wow.
We're back after a quick check of your local news, weather, and these quick messages. Thanks, Yvette.
Thank you.
Is it getting hot in here? Woo. Nah, girl, that's just the menopause. Introducing Weight Watchers for Menopause. Now with medical experts trained in perimenopause and menopause to give you the care you deserve. All backed by the #1 doctor-recommended weight loss program and a community of women to cheer you on. Join us today at WeightWatchers.com.
For the first time since beating cancer and returning to her royal duties, the Princess of Wales stepped out on her own, delivering a speech about her most important work, advocating for safe and nurturing environments for kids in those early formative years.
We believe that we must do all we can to create the conditions for love to flourish. That is how we invest in our future.
This week, addressing a summit of top corporations, business leaders, and social innovators here in London.
I believe in restoring the dignity to the quiet, often invisible work of caring, of loving well, as we look to build a happier, healthier society.
This is absolutely the cornerstone of her public work. She deeply believes in early childhood as being a force for good and for changing society in the long term.
Since sharing her cancer diagnosis in March 2024,
It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family.
the last year and a half has been a less public one for the most popular member of the royal family. Last summer, announcing she was cancer-free.
Out of darkness can come light.
The Princess of Wales has eased back into royal engagements, most recently laying a wreath on Remembrance Day, visiting Northern Ireland alongside husband Prince William, and front and center greeting President Trump and the First Lady during their high-profile state visit in September. But mostly, she's been focused on her children, Louis, Charlotte, and George.
The princess is very dedicated to her public work, but she also understands the importance of raising the next generation. And so everything she does is really planned around the children too.
Now, Kate has a big month coming up. Actually, we'll see her tonight alongside Prince William, all dressed up for the glitzy variety performance, at Royal Albert Hall. And we will also see her early in December hosting her Christmas concert together at Christmas at Westminster Abbey. So a lot of Kate sightings to get excited for. Savannah?
All right, Molly Hunter at Buckingham Palace. Thank you.
Breaking overnight, at least 20 people were killed, dozens more hurt during a Russian attack inside Ukraine. Officials say Russia launched more than 500 drones and missiles in that assault. They say several residential buildings in the western city of Ternopil were hit. Poland, which shares a border with Ukraine, temporarily had to close 2 of its airports and scrambled aircraft as a precaution to safeguard its airspace. Ukraine's President Zelensky urging allies now to increase pressure on Russia to end the nearly 4-year-old war.
This morning, a rush to the rails as a growing number of Americans are ready to roll into the holidays by train.
Is it more crowded on the train?
Definitely more crowded, yes.
Amtrak reporting an increase in riders in recent weeks when federally mandated flight reductions led to thousands of delays and cancellations at major airports nationwide.
With the uncertainty over air travel, we have seen an uptick in demand across the country. We expect to see it throughout Christmas and Thanksgiving holidays.
The surge capping off a record year for Amtrak's ridership and revenue. It comes as the railroad is working to improve aging infrastructure and introduce new high-speed trains with speeds up to 160 miles an hour. While the vast majority of Americans will still travel by plane or car to reach their Thanksgiving destination, AAA estimates nearly 2.5 million people will board trains, buses, or cruises, up 8.5% from last year. Carol Lum booked a train this holiday season in the Pacific Northwest.
The train's a lot easier than driving. You never know what the weather's going to be like. And plus, the train's a great way to travel.
Some call it taking the scenic route, but others point out how expensive train trips can be.
For my child, from her college in New York to come home in Massachusetts, one way, almost $300.
Amtrak's president says ticket pricing is based on supply and demand, and that riders who have some scheduling flexibility can save money.
The more people who want to go on a particular train, the higher the prices end up being.
And remember that even if you choose to take the train, that your travel plans could still be derailed. Last December, chaotic scenes like this plagued train stations in the Northeast. Amtrak forced to delay and cancel service because of downed power lines blocking tracks and equipment unavailability. And watch out for weather, which could also sidetrack your train schedule.
Whenever you travel, it could go wrong, and trains are not immune to that.
So, I mean, for folks who might be planning on taking one of those trains over the holidays, anything that they should be doing ahead of time to prepare?
Well, Craig, there's no silver bullet to preventing travel snags, but experts say it certainly helps to arrive for your train early. Though, unlike with flying, that can be measured in a matter of minutes rather than hours. You, of course, want to pack, lay, and download Amtrak's app, sign up for alerts and text alerts so you know when and where to go in chaotic scenes like this, guys.
All right, Em, from the most beautiful train station in America there, Midtown Manhattan. Thank you, Em. I love traveling.
Oh, me too.
You know, especially if you're just taking a quick trip down to
You ever slept overnight on a train?
No, hadn't done that yet.
I actually would like to. I don't want to do the Orient Express.
Well, Al's done that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have.
it's-
Yeah, it was one of the most wonderful trips I've ever taken.
I mean, that's a bucket list right there.
It really was. So yeah, here we go. And anytime you can get some waiters jumping in and singing hot chocolate, that would be pretty cool too.
Do you want to get a coffee before work?
I would love to, but I can't. I'm actually saving up for my trip to Portugal, and it's Tuesday. I can't buy coffee on Tuesday, only Wednesday and Friday, because the taco truck that I love is outside of my office today, and I have to get lunch there. So that's like 4 tacos, $3.50 a taco. That's $14 for lunch.
They're doing too much.
You got a coffee already?
Yeah, and I booked a flight to see my parents this weekend using Bilt points. So by paying rent with Bilt, I get coffee and flight.
I want coffee and flight.
Five months after her second trial ended in an acquittal, this morning, Karen Reed now suing those she says framed her for the death of her former boyfriend, police officer John O'Keefe. Her new civil suit, which includes claims of malicious prosecution and civil conspiracy, naming former lead investigator Michael Proctor and 2 of his former supervisors. The suit doubling down on a theory Reed's attorneys have asserted for years, but have yet to prove: that O'Keefe was killed at a house party after a night of heavy drinking with his fellow officers. Reed now also suing a group of 5 she says were inside the home, including other members of law enforcement, accusing them of dumping O'Keefe's body outside in the snow to make it look like he was hit by Reed, who dropped him off.
There was no collision. She's the victim of a botched and biased and corrupted investigation.
Attorneys for the 5 individuals denying Reed's latest allegations, saying this lawsuit is nothing more than a continuation of a baseless conspiracy narrative that has caused significant harm to the reputations and lives of innocent people. Proctor, who was fired for his misconduct on the Reed investigation, has consistently denied her allegations, speaking to Dateline last summer.
Did you frame Karen Reed?
Absolutely not.
The theory of a cover-up has always loomed large in the case, as Reed stood trial for O'Keefe's death twice, drawing an army of supporters to the courthouse, along with many more closely following online. The former financial analyst keeping mostly out of the spotlight in recent months after she was acquitted of second-degree murder in June, but was convicted of a lesser charge of drunk driving. The jury foreman in the trial recently speaking out.
During the trial, I just was waiting and just looking for that aha moment, and there was none to make her guilty at all.
No one else has ever been charged with O'Keefe's death.
Well, Karen Reed, of course, has been making these claims for a long time, was a big part of her criminal defense, but now she's filing the lawsuit. She has to put her proof out there.
And now she's going to get discovery, guys, which means she might get documents she wouldn't have had access to otherwise. She's going to get to take their deposition under oath. But at some point, there will be what we call a put up or shut up moment where she's going to have to come with the goods or the judge is going to toss this suit out. Meanwhile, remember, she's still facing her own civil suit filed by O'Keefe's family, and that case is still pending. So these are now happening at the same time.
All right, Laura, thank you. We'll be watching.
As much as we appreciate what our mechanics can do and who they are, no one looks forward to seeing the inside of an auto shop. Because if you're here, your car is too. And that means something's wrong. And likely it means an expensive repair bill. That is, unless you've called CarShield. When you call CarShield before your car breaks down, they have plans that cover up to 5,000 parts and systems of your car. Don't wait. Call CarShield today before it's too late.
Call 800-788-2415.
You heard Stacey Plaskett there. She was arguing her texts with Jeffrey Epstein were not illegal. But in your view, were they appropriate?
Well, Stacey Plaskett is not accused of violating any House rule, any law, any statute, and she's clearly and unequivocally denounced Jeffrey Epstein. And I think what the survivors fought for today is the type of transparency that came out of the House, went through the Senate, and is now on its way to Donald Trump's desk, where hopefully he'll sign it into law. Because at the end of the day, all the American people are asking for is just the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, which is why these Epstein files that Donald Trump and his administration has been hiding for months need to be released.
But do you think it was appropriate for her to be texting with Jeffrey Epstein 11 years after he pleaded guilty?
I mean, I have not had a conversation with Stacey Plaskett to discuss this issue because we've been focused today on making sure that there was a decisive vote as it related to the Epstein files and the release. I'm thankful for the work of Representative Massey, of Ro Khanna, but most importantly, the survivors.
Do you plan to talk to her about it?
I think that we successfully defeated a resolution that lacked any basis, was not credible, and was being brought by an individual who was trying to weaponize this issue to reinvigorate his own failed gubernatorial campaign in South Carolina. It was rejected on a bipartisan basis on the floor today. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, I was just asking if you personally believe messaging with Jeffrey Epstein, who is at that point a registered sex offender, is appropriate for a member of the House Democratic Caucus.
That's the third time you've asked me this question, and I'm going to give you the same exact answer. Our focus today is on making sure that the Jeffrey Epstein files were released. If you want to have a conversation with Stacey Plaskett about it, I'm sure she'd be willing to talk to you. It was an illegitimate effort to try to remove her from the House Committee on Intelligence, and that was defeated in a bipartisan way.
Yeah, this one here says Trump has not yet decided when he will sign the bill. Oh, so that's what you was talking about, Miss Jada. Trying to save now. We want to go to Mexico, either Cancun or Cabo. I'm supposed to be off work today trying to get some extra money. I heard that, Miss Jada. Oh, let's go to Cabo. Trump acting like he wants to release the files now. He could have done this a long time ago. Now that Congress passed it, he's acting like he's been wanting to. Shake my head. Wow. And here it says, President Trump has not yet decided when he will sign the bill demanding the Department of Justice release Jeffrey Epstein files. According to a White House official who said the administration is still waiting for the bill to arrive for Capitol Hill, from the Capitol Hill. Aides plan to give Trump options to sign the bill Tuesday night on or off camera, or to do it Wednesday morning. Trump has already said he will indeed sign it. His plans could be complicated by his schedule tonight. He is hosting the Saudi Arabia Crown Prince at the White House and is scheduled to meet him at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Then participate in a receiving line, followed by dinner. So that's why Trump has not yet decided when he will sign the bill of the DOJ to release the Epstein files. Now, House Republicans downplay Trump's defense of Saudi Crown Prince alleged role in some type of, the unaliving of Crucial G, whatever his name is. And they like, why is he sitting up in your office and he unalived this dude? But and that's what Trump was like, he didn't know, it wasn't his fault. But Trump says he doesn't care when Senate passes the Epstein bills. He don't care. Because Epstein was his buddy, Said he doesn't care. He says, I don't care when the Senate passes the House bill, whether tonight or at some other time in the near future. I just don't want Republicans to take their eyes off all the victories that we've had. So I hope Trump doesn't feel like this is not a victory. I hope he don't feel like this is a loss for him with the Epstein files. Trump had posted that on his Truth Social, going on to do what he sees as some of his biggest achievements this term. The White House responded to this. I ain't about to read all that, but Massive says Trump caved on Epstein bill because he was putting GOP members up against our own base. Speaker Johnson says he'll still insist upon changes to House pass Epstein bill. What we know about Epstein files, the House just voted on. What do we know? What do we know, folks? The photo provided by the New York State, he was an ex-offender registry, shows Jeffrey Epstein on March 28, 2017 on the ex-offender registry list. The House took they passed, the bipartisan bill on this guy, Dang. Schumer says he will offer House pass Epstein bill under anonymous consent later today. Now this bill could be passed soon as today, potentially by anonymous consent. Okay. So what y'all think? Lone GOP lawmaker to compose forcing the release of Epstein files defends his vote. It was one person in there that said no, because it was a 427 to 1 vote. House passes. Look, he was a young girl there. House passes Epstein files bill, taking major step forward, forcing Trump's DOJ to release them. Now, this picture is evidence. This is the evidence. The picture of him with this lady. We love evidence, don't we all? We love the evidence. This was taken in 2021. This picture. This is Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. See her, she was getting all the women in there. Maxwell, the young girls. And they would trust Maxwell. You know, he's a billionaire, for crying out loud. House voting to release of Jeffrey Epstein case files. They're voting now, guys. They are voting now. The Epstein survivors watching from the House gallery. The Epstein survivors. The Epstein survivors. A few dozen of Epstein survivors and their lawyers and family members watched from the House gallery as Speaker Mike Johnson gave remarks before the chamber's vote on whether to compel the Justice Department to release the Epstein case files. This morning, Speaker Johnson delivers blustering critique of Democrats over the Epstein files. Ooh, child. That's Speaker Mike Johnson. Key headings from Trump's Oval Office meeting with the Saudi Crown Prince. This is all money. He's a prince. And the Americans, they just looking at him like they kiss. It'll seem like the Americans, they kiss his ass. Whoever this dude is. They get him the royal treatment, honey. Trump lashes out at reporter when pressed on releasing the Epstein files. Did y'all remember y'all seeing that on ABC? He said he got a positive response. The Abraham Accords. The Abraham Accords. The Crown Prince Mohammed looks during a meeting with President Trump. Saudi Arabia. They're gonna buy some F-35 fighter jets from the U.S. Trump says. Yeah, we gonna lace them up. Y'all need some jets. How many jets y'all need? We got it. Oh, y'all need some F-35 fighter jets. We got you. Trump says. The U.S. Marine Corps, Lightning and Aircraft, conducts a routine flying operation in the U.S. Southern Command Area of Responsibility, October 28th. Saudi Crown Prince defends kingdom's investigation into Khashoggi, the death of Khashoggi, the unaliving. The CCTV image shows Jamal Khashoggi entering the Saudi consulate in Turkey on October 2nd, 2018. Trump dismisses question about Khashoggi, the unaliving of Khashoggi, claiming slaying journalists was extremely controversial. Jamal Khashoggi looks on during a press conference in the Capitol. Trump downplays potential conflicts of interest, saying he has nothing to do with the family business. President Trump speaks during a bilingual meeting with Crown Prince Mohammed bin of Saudi Arabia. Schumer says he will attempt to force Senate to immediate take up Epstein bill after it passes House. Okay. Saudi state media, you go first. You go first. You shows more powerful. Yep, you go. Whoever walks in the door last is in charge. Body experts. Saudi state media run extensive special coverage of Crown Prince's U.S. visit. Yes, you go first. Mikasa Sukasa. Let's talk business. How many fire jets you need? Let's talk some business. President Trump and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed entering in the White House, y'all, to talk business, to stand on business. That's right. Trump opens meeting with Saudi Crown Prince, praising his record of human rights. He stands up for human rights. President Trump speaks during a meeting with him in the Oval Office on Tuesday. Okay. Look, why he looking like that? Oh no, y'all. This is Trump shows off the Presidential Walk of Fame to visiting Saudi Crown Prince. How beautiful. How nice. Oh, you said Vegas sound good to you? Where you go? I like to go to the Golden Nugget. Girl, I'll go to the Golden Nugget. President Trump and Saudi Arabia, they doing a little Walk of Fame. Give him a little tour. Top Democrat of House Oversight Committee slams Trump for not releasing Epstein files. He has the power. That's what he say. Mike, hold on. What's up, Speaker Mike Johnson? Confident Senate will make changes to Epstein files bill. Why is he making changes? What's going on? Horses, trumpets, and fighter jets make for an elaborate White House welcome for the Saudi Crown Prince. Y'all, let's take a look at it.
And sold to Carvana. Ugh, that was too convenient.
It's a great offer. What's wrong, John?
I set aside a week to sell my car, Clarence. I haven't had free time since 2006.
Isn't free time a good thing?
They pick it up tomorrow and they pay me on the spot. What am I supposed to do with all this time?
You could visit a museum.
All week?
You could learn Italian.
Ho venduto la mia macchina a Carvana.
I just sold my car to Carvana too. What are we going to do?
He gets it. What are we going to do with all this time? Sell your car to Carvana today.